Hey guys, what's up? Pixel Art Builder 583 here again for another edition of the PAB Magazine. And 1 year ago today, this is when this series came to fruition. There are some plans there that did not age as well as we wanted them to, but hey, we don't call this an update series for nothing. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get Sam into the first topic for coverage for this month.
Thank you, Pixel Art. Ahem. Anyways, we shall now head over to the obligatory first topic of the day, which is going to be you-know-what. If you're guessing Microsoft Sam plays Minecraft, you're more than dead right. We made a considerable amount of progress on the scripting process which we would undertake to ensure a goal we had in mind, which was to get as many episodes produced close to the halfway mark as possible before the end of 2022 as a whole. However, at the same time, there were some changes in terms of the days we would be working on said episodes in response to schedule changes based off an affiliated series in an affiliated server. Not that it would matter anyway, because we've been having other plans for other series in the PAB 583 productions end of things. We may more or less relax that goal a little bit more, since not everything is planned to become a reality in a short matter of time. It takes more than that, you know. But we're still going to produce Season 8 no matter what, and of course the plans for Sector are remaining the same, despite some unprecedented controversy ongoing throughout the more modern stuff. With that thing taken care of, we are going to be covering Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2 next. First on that topic, we'll talk about custom campaign attempts, since like we said before, we've been planning to get one of the campaigns for that done first before anything else in this series. In regards to that, when we last touched base on that campaign, we already had rendered the parts for that said campaign. We just need to edit the parts out with the usual equipment. In our playthrough of it, it took an hour to beat when we worked together, so be advised if you're expecting some parts that may be longer or shorter. But we will cover that campaign as soon as we get everything done with the stuff we have in priorities. Once that stuff is done, you will know what's going to be targeted next. But wait, that's not all. We also said before that after the custom campaign attempts campaign, we were going to do survival episodes 5 and 6. The campaigns that are going to be played there are quite self-explanatory to some viewers, judging by both the marathon and the previous survival episodes that were produced. But that doesn't mean the stages there aren't plentiful. There's more out there than meets the eye. We don't know when we'll get to that yet either, but all we know is that the stuff right there will be some stuff that we plan to prioritize with the right knowledge and time management skills. But we're still not done with this yet. After both custom campaign attempts and survival episodes 5 and 6, we've been considering something even bigger than that. You might be saying something like, ooh, bigger. That's gotta be something interesting. But yes, right you are about that. Because indeed it is something bigger than the last two updates of it. It is. That's right. A complete revisit on the episodes of the official segment. And that's going to happen one last time, because there are a considerable amount of factors that tie into this. First of all, the first renditions of the episodes did not age all that well, considering how sensitive society is today. And secondly, not even the remakes or the marathon were any better in terms of stuff we should and should not be saying in the long run. And a third reason is, because in the first renditions of the episodes, the quality wasn't that great either. You might be wondering in the first and second reasons, why don't you just re-upload them after censoring out the bad stuff, or whatever you might ask us, but there have been some things that did not tie into learning from our mistakes truly, and as such, to do that, we'll have to show that we did with not just progression towards newer videos, but also remastering of some existing stuff. Otherwise, some people would look at us as monsters. We don't want to get that reputation in the long run. With all that said, let's get Microsoft Sam Plays Killing Floor 2 down and out next. First off with that, I'll be talking about the rest of the episodes we have left in Season 5. We have officially hit the 3/4 way mark for that season, and as such, we got 4 more episodes left to produce there. However, since we are currently having time constraints in terms of preparations in collaborative efforts, I am going to say this. Season 5 is not likely to be finished by the end of July or so. It may end up being finished by August or somewhere around that range, but it should buy us plenty of time to do the next part I'm going to cover next. But in a nutshell, for Season 5, episodes 13 and 16 are bound to be the hardest to work on, while episodes 14 and 15 are much easier. The time has to be right for when that'll be produced. Next up on that, we are also going to be talking about the marathon which we have planned. After Season 5 gets done, we'll be shifting straight into it. In case some people have not paid attention before, the marathon will be focused on objective mode and the maps that are embedded there. Some of us will relive the objectives that we undertook in throughout the entire series thus far in order of the respective episodes that the mode and maps appeared in. Season 2 Episode 5 was the episode which Steam Fortress, if I'm correct there, and it's been the first map to receive objective mode treatment in this series. So therefore, that map will be the first to be featured in the marathon. That also means that, as a consequence of Season 3 Episode 11 being the last episode to feature objective mode as of late, that's going to be the last one to be featured in this marathon. You can also guess which maps will be filled in between in the respective order. Throughout the coming months, we will allocate some of our time into editing the parts of the marathon, though it is evident we still have progress on other things to get done in the meantime. And, one more thing. Some people might wonder where the series is gonna go after both of these. To tell you honestly, there is going to be a hiatus before we take on another season or so. But we cannot confirm or deny the stuff just yet. All we can say is that it will go on another hiatus before we consider any possible series renewals. And that hiatus might possibly be as long as the gap between seasons 4 and 5 was, if not shorter or longer. But anyways, without any further ado, I'd like to give the spotlight to Alex for his own piece.
Thank you, Sam. Now then, for the occasion, we're going to be talking about MacLeod and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2. I know Pixel Art said before it was nothing of concern to him as of right now, but we do have some fans who are curious about what's been happening to it, so I may as well update us on that. Yes, it has been a while since episodes 12 through 14 of this series have been produced. The thing is, though, is that we have plenty of other series to maintain the quality of, and it's hard to juggle between series, which may lead to absolute nervousness and stress if not controlled properly. But don't worry. Just because it's on low priority right now does not mean it's going anywhere just yet. We're still imposing quality over quantity because of how hard it is to make a single episode of this series compared to Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2. In a nutshell though, there will be a time where some episodes may come into fruition in our spare time when we don't have anything else for step-back content or some stuff like that. But we are not promising anything at the moment, though we'll try the best we can to make it happen. Now then, we'll head back to Pixel Art for the last remaining major topic to cover.
Thanks, Alex. Now anyways, we're going to be talking about some content which I had some ideas for producing that may potentially be a reality. There may be some ideas regarding some games that I have planned to produce, but I'm not going to touch some of those new series yet. At least not for a while until some heavyweight content is eliminated and off my shoulders. One potential idea I've had in mind is Microsoft Mary Replay's Portal. Why a replay or something like that, you might ask? Well, it's simply because of my choices of words were not the best back in those days when the original version was out. Though I may have had the time and fun to make a whole bunch of episodes that could speedrun the game from start to finish, I don't really mind the quality and all that. But my biggest issue there is with the speech usage. Pretty iffy, I know. but at least on the bright side, if I replay it and put this on video, I'm sure that many of you experience a whole fuck ton of nostalgia to ride a train to memory lane on. Followed by that is going to be Microsoft Sam Replays Portal 2. The reasons for this and the revisit of the official Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2 segment are the same as for the Microsoft Mary Replays Portal miniseries, though it becomes more crucial to the series to this day as there was more of a quantity in episodes in the main storyline, as well as a co-op portion. And as Sam tends to be more vulgar with the speech, I honestly feel like there's no damage controlling the shit the original edition put out, especially by, say, censoring out slurs and so forth. It could reduce likelihood of getting me canceled throughout social media, but the reality is that people are still going to remember the slurs and think that it didn't make those videos any better, or it doesn't for the matter. But don't quote me on that though, that's just my opinion on things. But in a nutshell, there's potential for Microsoft Sam Replays Portal 2 as well. Lastly, we also got a replay of Minecraft Story Mode in both seasons. Why that? Not only has Telltale gone bankrupt, but then arisen anew later on, there was one crucial detail that some people were a fan of, and the key word is preservation. In other words, Minecraft Story Mode vanished in terms of downloads in the market months after Telltale went bankrupt. Not only is that the case, but when it was around, having been a big trend for some Minecraft YouTubers, I made some choices in the game that were not the best whatsoever. I was a pretty harsh person with anger issues back in that day, but I've grown out of the bulk of it. And looking back at each of the worst decisions I've made throughout the game, I can honestly say that I feel some sorts of regret. That right there is a massive key reason on why I plan to make a let's replay for the matter, on each respective season throughout there. As sensitive as I can still be, I've grown to be at least a bit more fair. Now then, with all those details out of the way, I'm going to do the usual recap for those who don't understand what we were saying. 1. Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft is going to be a bit more relaxed in terms of the goal I had in mind. 2. Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2 custom campaign attempts and survival episodes 5 and 6 are still on queue. And to add to that, we're planning to revisit the official segment yet again. 3. Microsoft Sam Plays Killing Floor 2 Season 5 is in the home stretch, and after that we work on its objective mode marathon. 4. Mac, Alex, and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2 is kinda on low priority, but we'll get that on queue at some point. And 5. Some replay content is possible. And that does it for this edition of the PAB Magazine, folks. If you folks enjoyed it, be sure to tune in for more videos like this and subscribe for more in the future. This is Pixel Art Builder 583 signing off. Peace out.